Okay, sorry. Hello, we're just gonna be watching every reality glitch you can't explain because my friend actually recommended a video idea. Shout out to, I forgot her name, but if I can say her name, if that's allowed, Rylan, but I don't know her YouTube name, but let's just get into this. She's a mod though. So is Jackson. I'm gonna shut up and let's just, come on.
Uncanny Valley. There's a specific kind of discomfort you get when something...
Why is there red dots in the eyes? Oh. Get up! Okay.
looks almost human, but not quite. A CGI character in a movie that's realistic, but something about the eyes feels wrong. A humanoid robot that moves slightly too smoothly or slightly too stiffly. A wax figure of a celebrity that looks exactly like them, but somehow makes your skin crawl. This is called the Uncanny Valley. The name comes from the idea that as something becomes more human-like, your comfort with it generally increases, right up until it gets very close to human, and then suddenly your reaction drops off a cliff into unease. It's a valley on a graph between clearly not human and actually human, and things that fall into it trigger a deep, instinctive wrongness. The leading explanation is that your brain is pattern matching constantly, and something that's close but not right triggers a mismatch alarm. It also may have evolutionary roots. Humans learn to detect subtle signs of illness, injury, or deception in other humans, and something that looks almost but not quite right activates that ancient warning system. Your brain can't figure out what it's looking at, and that uncertainty reads as threat. Deja vu. You're somewhere you've never been before. A new city, a first conversation, a situation you definitely haven't experienced.
Then when I go to the
there's
bathroom,
this
the same
feeling,
events that happen
this
in my mind
sense that
happen.
this exact
I swear
moment has happened before. You can't say when. You just feel sure about it.
I definitely have deja vu. Literally. I swear I've had it millions of times. Literally. It's so weird. Deja vu. Wait, deja vu and Jamish. What? Jamash vu. I don't know what Jamash vu is. I generally don't even know how to say it, but.
Deja vu, French for already seen, and almost everyone has had it. The most accepted explanation is a misfire.
Exactly.
In memory processing, your brain has two systems that normally work in sync. One that handles new experiences, one that handles memory retrieval. Sometimes the memory system fires when it shouldn't, and labels a completely new moment as something familiar. The experience is new. The feeling of recognition is a mistake. And then there's the flip side, which almost nobody's heard of. Jamais vu, French for never seen. It's when something you know completely well suddenly feels totally unfamiliar. A word you've written your whole life looks like it's spelled wrong. A route you've driven 100 times feels like somewhere you've never been. It's the same glitch, just in reverse. Your brain calling something familiar new instead of something new familiar. The Mandela effect. A lot of people have a clear memory of...
We've all had the Mandela effect. Let's be honest. Because I swear the Green Goblin had a pink tongue, but if I look at my Funko Pop of it, it's blue.
Nelson Mandela dying in prison in the 1980s. The problem is, it never happened. He was released in 1990 and died in 2013 as a former president. And yet the memory feels real to a surprising number of people. This is the Mandela effect, when large groups of people share the same false memory. The Monopoly man having a monocle. The line being mirror, mirror on the wall, when it was always
magic mirror on the wall, who is the fairest one of all?
Or when Pikachu never ever had a black tip on his tail.
I am so confused. Yes, it's there. Is it there? Is it there? Oh, wait. Well, people say, Mickey Mouse never had, those, two straps. There was a version of him that did have it, so Mandela effect is solved.
Countless people remember these things the wrong way, and remember them confidently. The explanation isn't parallel universes. It's just how memory works. Your brain doesn't record events like a camera. It reconstructs them, filling in gaps using logic and expectation. The Monopoly man wears a top hat and a suit, so of course he has a monocle. That's what that type of character looks like, except he doesn't. The expectation was so strong that millions of brains felt it in the same way, and now millions of people have the same wrong memory. Shared false memories aren't proof of alternate timelines.
Actually,
they're proof that
in the thumbnail there was sleep paralysis. I'm not going to talk about my experience at 3 years old. Well, I'm not 3, but I did have a sleep paralysis at 3, and it was so freaking funny. It was not even scary, but it was so freaking funny.
One's memory is less reliable than they think. Derealization. You're going about your day, and then, out of nowhere, reality feels slightly wrong. Not in any way you can point to. Everything looks the same, but it feels like you're watching your life through a pane of glass. Like the world around you is a very convincing set, and you're not entirely sure you're actually in it. It's like you've suddenly entered a dream.
I feel like I've done that, but it was in a certain area called the bathroom or the stall. The bathroom stall. It's because I was not pushing. Actually, I'm not going to talk about that.
Dream in which you're slightly conscious. This is derealization, and it's more common than most people realize. It usually shows up during periods of stress, exhaustion, or anxiety, and can last anywhere from a few seconds to several hours. There's another version called depersonalization, where instead of the world feeling unreal, you feel unreal. Like you're watching.
I am a Lego minifigure. Never mind.
Yourself from outside your own body, yet you feel like a stranger to this body.
Also, I have to do this video real quick because I want to go to my friend's house real bad.
Body and mind. Both are generally the brain's stress response doing something unhelpful. When things feel overwhelming, the brain sometimes dials down the intensity of your experience as a kind of buffer. The side effect is that everything feels slightly fake. You're both numbed and slightly panicked. It's really weird and not pleasant at all. It passes on its own for most people, and knowing what it is makes it considerably less frightening when it shows up.
Ryan gave up.
Get out of here. Okay, I'm just going to cut until it's as done.
Sleep paralysis.
Okay, sleep
You wake
paralysis.
up,
I'm going to tell my
think-
story. I'm going to tell my story. So when I was 3, I had a dog named Ruby. She's not here anymore, sadly. My dog Ruby, she slept right next to my parents' bed. And if you know, I used to sleep in my parents' bed because I had a bunk bed with my brother, but he hated me. Oh. No! Okay, I will fix that later. One of my Legos just broke, but, so I slept, and I had a big fear of vampires, and my brain knew it, so I had a sleep paralysis about my dog, Ruby, about her being a vampire, and I slept on the bottom of the bed. So it went like, and then it just started turning into freaking Dracula, and then, yeah. It was so freaking funny.
You do. You're conscious. You can see your room. You know exactly where you are. But you can't move. Not a finger. And sometimes there's something in the room with you.
Oh, hell no.
A shadow. A figure. A presence
Oh,
somewhere
hell
at the
no.
edge
Oh,
of your vision.
no.
And you still can't move.
I actually feel like
Sleep
somebody's
paralysis has been
actually
reported
stuck.
across every culture in history. Before anyone understood it, people called it demons, witches, a supernatural visitor sitting on your chest. The Old English name was the hag. Across
The
thousands
hag.
of years and dozens of cultures, the descriptions are almost identical. A dark figure, a weight on the chest, something watching. What's actually happening is a timing error. During REM sleep, your brain paralyzes your body so you don't act out your dreams. Normally, this switches off the moment you wake up. In sleep paralysis, the paralysis lingers after your consciousness returns. You're awake, but your body is still in sleep mode. The figures are hallucinations. Your brain's still half in a dream state, generating images that bleed into waking. It's not a ghost. It's your brain caught between two states at once. Childhood amnesia. Think back as far as you can.
Okay, that one was hard. I'm actually scared because the video that they showed went before childhood amnesia. Bro, I'm actually scared, bro. I actually feel like somebody... Why is my Lego looking at me? Yo, stop, Balloon Boy. Oh, it's not Balloon Boy from FNAF, but it's just a robot holding a balloon. Shut up, Lego bags. I'm gonna stop talking about Legos.
For most people, the earliest clear memory is around age 3 or 4. Before that, almost nothing. Maybe a few blurry fragments, and even those are hard to trust, which is strange, because those first years were some of the most intense experiences of your life. You learn to walk, to talk, to understand the world, and you remember almost none of it. This is childhood amnesia, and it happens to basically everyone. The part of the brain responsible for forming long-term memory.
There's only one memory that I remember, and it was at my brother's baseball game. I was about 3.5 or 4. I would suck the color off my Skittles. And I gave it to my mom and my grandma, and they were like, coconut? They had a new flavor? What? And then they saw me just sucking the color off, and they went, oh! Now when I try to do it to my mom, she never believes it anymore. That was some good times.
The hippocampus is still developing in early childhood and isn't yet equipped to store experiences in a way that survives into adulthood. There's also a language component. A lot of how we store memories involves attaching words to experiences. And before...
The good thing is that my sister is very young and might have this when she's older, but I can remind her basically of all of it because I have pictures, which is really good. We have a whole, there's this app called Family Albums. We have, a whole, book of pictures of her and videos. It's so cool. I've only posted, 5 on there. But let's go! Oh, I'm gonna throw.
Language fully develops, events are much harder to hold on to. The strange part is that young children aren't experiencing life any less vividly. They're laughing, crying, forming attachments, having strong feelings about things. It's all happening in full intensity. It just doesn't make it through to the other side. Whoever you were at age 2 is almost completely gone to you now. The doorway effect. You get up with a clear purpose, walk into the next room, and the second you get there, the thought is completely gone. You stand there trying to retrieve it, you can't. Walk back to where you started, and then you remember. This is called the doorway effect, and it happens because you...
Why are they using doors? Oh my... Way too much. I'm gonna watch that next video, but it might be a little... Bro, I hate those do not watch alone videos because they're not even scary at all. It's so annoying.
Your brain organizes memory by environment. When you're in a specific space, your brain groups together the thoughts and intentions that belong to that context. Walking through a doorway triggers a kind of mental reset. The brain closes out the previous context and opens a new one. The intention you had in the other room got filed with that room. Going back works because you've re-entered the context where the thought was formed. Your memory wasn't failing. It was organizing by location, the way it always does. It just happens to be inconvenient when you're trying to remember why you walked into the kitchen.
Okay, it's an ad. I'll cut.
It just happens to be inconvenient when you're trying to remember why you walked into the kitchen. Alice in Wonderland syndrome. You're lying in bed or sitting quietly and something feels off about your own body. Your hands look too small or too large. The room feels like it's stretching away from you. Objects nearby seem way bigger or way further than they actually are. Everything feels slightly wrong in scale, like the world has been
Yeah, I've had this. It was my desk is so much bigger than me, but I'm like 2 feet taller than it, which is crazy. Shut up! I just opened a big Lego set yesterday that my grandma bought me. It's the Minecraft Battle Bus. I love it, but I don't play Fortnite that much, but, there's 14 bags right here now, and I literally have to scoot up to, the bottom of my chair. It's been 13... Wait, 1 sec. Okay, I hate this.
Sized without telling you. This is Alice in Wonderland syndrome, named after Lewis Carroll's story, where Alice spends most of her time either too big or too small for the space she's in. It's a neurological condition that distorts perception of size, distance, and sometimes time. It's most common in children and tends to show up at night or just before sleep, though it can occur at any age. It's most often associated with migraines, viral illness, or the brain's activity just before sleep. The leading cause is thought to be unusual electrical activity in the parts of the brain that process size and spatial perception. The same areas that, when working normally, help you judge how far away something is and how large it actually is. When they misfire, your sense of scale goes with them. Lewis Carroll himself is believed to have experienced it, which may have been part of what inspired the story. Semantic satiation.
The cat went, yeah. Oh, we're almost done with the video. Okay, that's cool.
Pick any word and repeat it 10 times in a row. chair,
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 chair, chair,
chair,
chair,
chair,
chair, chair,
chair.
chair, chair.
By the
chair.
end, the word has stopped sounding like a word.
Chair,
It sounds
chair,
like a
chair,
noise,
chair,
a random
chair,
collection of
chair,
sounds that
chair,
doesn't seem to
chair,
mean anything.
chair, chair,
You know what it
chair,
means, but it's
chair,
temporarily
chair,
lost all
chair,
sense of meaning
chair.
and just sounds strange. This is semantic satiation. When you repeat a word rapidly, the neural pathways that connect the sound to its meaning get temporarily fatigued from firing so fast. The connection between the sound and the concept weakens for a moment, and the meaning just doesn't load. The sound remains. The sense
Okay, we're almost
disappears.
done.
It recovers within a few seconds once you stop. But in that
Wait,
window,
one sec.
completely.
Okay, we got
It
2
works on
minutes.
written
We got 2
words
minutes.
too.
We got 2 minutes.
Stare
We
at
got
any
2
word
minutes.
long enough, and it starts to look like it might be spelled wrong, or like
Bah.
something from another language
Yoy.
entirely.
Boom.
Your brain just
Ow.
needs a short
Oh.
break before it can
Dingle.
process it normally again.
Wait,
If you like this video,
I'm gonna try. Robot. Okay, yeah, where was it? I'm gonna shut the...
leave a thumbs up. But if you really liked it, hit the subscribe button for more, and feel free to comment new video ideas below.
Okay.
Now we gotta go help people custom.
Oh my god. Okay, well, bye guys.